from a security perspective, what are the recommendations you give to your customers for security recommendations in regards to Bluetooth, Gary?
I would say starting with security strategy number one, right? You need strong authentication and authorization. Needs to be implemented in order to have a robust security mechanism in place, such as multi-factor with strong passwords, unique passwords to prevent unauthorized access to the Bluetooth device or network itself. Strategy number one. Strategy number two is to implement the secure communication protocols such as SSL and TLS to secure that communication channel between Bluetooth devices and the back-end systems. I would say strategy number three is network segmentation and isolation, right? You need to segment your Bluetooth or IoT devices and applications onto a separate network zone based on their criticality and sensitivity, and enforce strict network segmentation policies to isolate them from your normal working environment, because there are a lot of risks and threats today on the market associated with Bluetooth and associated with IoT, but also they're continuing to evolve, and a lot of zero-day attacks are coming through via wireless and via these IoT types of communication. Strategy number four would be that you need to implement a continuous wireless threat monitoring platform that not only understands the risks and threats associated with Bluetooth, but all things wireless. Customers need to be aware of these new risks and threats, particularly layer 0, layer 1, really before an IP is assigned. But in the case of Bluetooth, I'll say an IP is assigned, and therefore the wireless threat detection is critical. So it's a combination of layer 0, 1, and 2 threat detection is key here. So I would suggest that in this particular case, right, the deployment of LOCKS's AirShield wireless airspace defense platform would not only provide an understanding of the wireless network infrastructure being used, but also the wireless client behaviors that are in use, regardless, of the application. So having an AirShield, and here's an AirShield here, looks like an access point, the same size of an access point, being able to be deployed within your environment that's shazamming the airspace of layer 0, 1, and 2 threats, and looking at the infrastructure, looking at the client behavior, and identifying risks and threats before loss or incident occur is really critical. This will detect malware, this will detect zero-day attacks, because we're looking at the data and looking at exposure states or any attacks in flight prior to loss or prior to any incident occurring, Nathan.